In this video we're going to look at aspect ratios, especially when it relates to TikTok. Now TikTok's ideal aspect ratio is 9:16, but how do we achieve that and how do we set that in Affinity Photo? So let's have a look. Our story, shall we, on using Affinity Photo images for TikTok, and along with your Apple Photos app, which has all of the things built into it to change the aspect ratio of any image you come up with. So let's bring up this one that I used. This is your TikTok image, the perfect fit for TikTok. Aspect ratio 9:16 and an image size of 2268 by 4032 high. That's your perfect size. This is TikTok's numbers, not mine. Instagram is a square aspect ratio. It's a 1:1, and the ideal size is 1080. And Pinterest 2:3, which is 1000 by 1500. So you kind of lose a little bit there, or gain a little bit, depending on which side you're looking at. But how can we use Apple Photos to modify an image? Well, let's take this very image, which I've saved into Apple Photos. Now let's see what happens when I go down here, bring up Apple Photos, and I was doing some work before, as you know, because we're continuing this on. Now there's the TikTok perfect size for TikTok. I could put this on TikTok and it will come up on TikTok, no worries. But what we want to do at the moment is not put it on TikTok, but click on Edit, and you can see it's on Edit. Now I want to change the aspect ratio, so I've got to click on Crop on the bottom, on the left hand side of those three icons. Now go to the top again, next to the three dots. That's changed to yellow, you can see. Now if you go down the bottom, I've got Original. Freeform is where you can make it any size you like, but I don't want to do that. What I want to do is set that to Original, and it's in portrait mode, but 2:3, as you can see there, is Pinterest. Let's see what it looks like at 2:3. There's 2:3. So it's moved it slightly, and it's just cut off the 1000 by 1500, but everything else is on there. So you may have to, because I haven't pressed done yet, you may have to modify your image a little bit. If you want to put something on Pinterest and you want it to be in the right place, push it up a little bit higher. So I'll cancel that, but I'll go back to the Original, and there it is. And you can see the 1000 by 1500 is right on the baseline. 9:16, it's Original, it's in portrait mode. 9:16 doesn't change, of course, because that's what it is. What if I want it square? Now there's the square. There's a considerable amount being cut off. So you can see the difference it's going to make if you put it on Instagram, which is 1:1, 1080 by 1080. But what I've still got there is the perfect fit for TikTok. You can see the TikTok message is still there, but the two lower messages are gone. So this tells you that almost any of those, if you create it in Affinity Photo, make sure you create your text center slightly left. Let's go to 2:3, and you can see where it says TikTok, the perfect fit for TikTok, aspect ratio, all the stuff in red, it barely moves for any of those. It's all very editable, and that's the secret. So you can create one image for TikTok, Instagram, and Pinterest. Now let's have a look and see if we can do that. Let's cancel that, discard changes. There we're back at the original image. Let's bring up Affinity Photo again, and there's our message. So we'll go to Select, and I want to push that right up because it was there we go. Now let's set that to a much smaller text. It's 48 at the moment. Let's make it 36, much smaller. What about Instagram? Oops. It's very close to the edge there. Have I got that? Instagram, 50 points. Let's make that 48 as well. And it might be too big for this one. So let's make that 36. There we go. And of course I didn't get the eye. But that doesn't really matter for this exercise, because what I want to do is export this one, share, save image. Let's close that and go back to photos. There's the next one there, and you can see I've pushed the text up. There's the big ones, there's the little ones, and it's slightly left of center. Let's see what happens when we edit this. Edit, hit the crop tool, hit the aspect ratio tool, go to original. Now the original is in portrait. Let's see, 2 by 3. Perfect. There's your message with plenty of room to spare. What about square? Perfect. Plenty of room to spare. So with just a little bit of adjustment in your original Affinity photo image and saving it to the Apple Photos app, that's a mouthful, that really is a tongue twister. You can put it on Instagram, you can put it on Pinterest, or you can put it on TikTok. It will go all three. So let's click done, and there it is saved. Back in the, and of course that's not laid out very well, but if you keep those things in mind, let's go back to that. Edit, there, yellow, there we've got 9 by 16, fine. 2 by 3, you could clip that out, you could actually save that as a different image, and you can mark in where your boundaries are if you like. You could put margin lines around there. Same with there, you could put your margins so you can get a really nice, well laid out fit. It's up to you in, of course, Affinity Photo. Now one thing I haven't touched on here, if you do a video and you save it in Apple Photos, as it does by default, you can change your TikTok videos aspect ratio. So any of your videos that you might have, and if you look at my TikTok news feed, or whatever you call it, my TikTok feed, you can see I've got a couple of steam engine videos on there, a couple of other videos that I've uploaded with a different aspect ratio and changed it to the TikTok 9:16 ratio, and it came out very well. So let's just cancel that, discard any changes. We don't want to do that. Okay, that's it for this moment, because back here in Affinity Photo is where the original is, and you can see the Instagram. Now I haven't got margins on there, but margins are easily done. Guides, we can add a horizontal guide, add a vertical guide. There's the center of your text. We'll lock those guides. TikTok. Now TikTok, as you probably know by now, is the most popular social media video and photo platform there is at the moment. It's overtaking all the others. Millions of people using it, and more signing up every day. But TikTok has something unusual going for it. You can put videos on there, and you can put images on there, photos, things you design yourself, but the perfect fit for TikTok is an aspect ratio, as I've got here, of 9 by 16, 9:16. That's 2268 pixels wide by 4032 pixels high. Now there's a reason for that size. That's definitely 9:16, which is the portrait version of the 16:9 that you see for widescreen video. Now, if you do a widescreen video on TikTok, and you can try it out, you'll have the letterbox effect. You'll have black at the top, black at the bottom, and a rather small video in the middle. But if you want the full-size video, you have to make your images 9 to 16. Now if you take an image with an iPhone 11, which I did, it almost comes out the right size, but it's not quite. Now let me show you how you can change this. See that image there? That was taken in horizontal mode, if you like, landscape mode, and I took that the other day, and it's a standard image. That's how it came out in the iPhone. Fairly large, but obviously not 9 to 16. That's 16 to 9. Now we want it to go on TikTok, and I'll show you how to do this in a moment. So what you do in your photo library, your Apple Photos, you click on the tap on the photo that you want, and that's the photo there. Then you tap on Edit, and you can see Edit up in the top right hand corner. When you're on Edit, look in the bottom left hand column there. You can see there's like a volume control, 3 dots, and a funny little pair of squares interlaced with each other. That's your crop tool. So when you're in edit mode, go to the crop tool. And you can see I've got a little yellow dot on the crop tool now, which means it's selected, and you can see in the corners of the image is the little grips that you can move the photo around with. However, don't touch that yet. Now, you can see down the bottom, once you're in edit mode, sorry, I'll go back. And I can't adjust the size. There we go. Once you're in edit mode, I might have to do this on the screen. Anyway, you select, see I've got right down the bottom, you can just see it above the band of images there, freeform. What we do next is tap Original, which is just to the left of it. There's Original, and you can see the tick in the box for the landscape mode one. And you can see 16 by 9, 10 by 8, 7 by 5. There's also square. So if you're doing images on Instagram, for instance, which is square, you can tap on the square word and it will change that image to a square. But what we want to do is get the TikTok one. Now that's one to the left of what's ticked already. Right down the bottom there, you should be able to see it. It's a pity this is showing the menu at the top and the band at the bottom. I'll try and get around that in a moment. Okay. There it is selected. That's TikTok mode, and you can see I've got 9 to 16 selected. The tick is in the box for portrait, and I've selected 9 to 16. I'll do this on the iPhone in a moment and record it as I'm doing it. It works just as well on the iPad, which I'm using at the moment, but I don't want anything else getting in the way. So there's your TikTok version, 9 to 16. And it's almost ready for saving. And there it is, saved. You can see at the top, there's the yellow, when you go into edit mode, there's that yellow box, top right hand side there. And you can see that with different size things in it. And you've got the tick in the box, 9 to 16 selected. And it's ready to go to TikTok. And there it is. The whole thing, that's a photo snapshot, if you like, a screenshot that I put on TikTok. No, that's just a tree, and that's the last thing. Okay, now let me stop this video and I'll see if I can do a live one for you. Before we proceed, again, ready to do the live process. Now let's see if this works. Select Edit, and you can see edit mode comes up there. And there's the little editing icons that we need. Now we need the left-hand one over here, which is the little, looks like two right-angle squares with arrows around them. Now let me tap on that, and you can see the little yellow dot appears below that square, left-hand side, bottom of the 3 things. Now, you've got the bounding borders around that. Have a look at the top next to the 3 little dots and you'll see the there's a rectangle with two smaller outlined rectangles in it. Let me select that, and it turns it yellow. Okay, now freeform, we don't want freeform, so don't touch anything on there yourself at the moment. Tap original. I'm using an Apple Pencil here, by the way. Tap original, and that's what the original is. But we want it to go portrait mode. So there it is there. And its current aspect ratio is 3:4. That's not what TikTok wants. TikTok wants 9:16. Now you can see the borders, the ship is a little way in from the right hand edge and a long way in from the left hand edge. So let's tap 9:16. And it's brought the ship in, so it's right in, that right hand edge is shortened down. So anything you're going to change to 9:16, make sure its focal point is in the centre or as near to the centre as you can get. That's where the important stuff is, because you can't alter that image, obviously, because it's 9:16. You've got that. Now click on Done at the top, tap Done, and there's your 9:16 image. Now I've got that there. Tap over there to that square with the up arrow, means I can export it, and it goes to any of those there. Instagram, Dropbox, Creative Cloud. Let's see if I've got TikTok on here yet. Have I? No, I haven't, of course. Oh, there it is, right at the bottom. So there's TikTok, and it's ready to go. Share to TikTok. It's the perfect size.
They can lose trust. Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. They can go bust, eye for eye. They can lose trust. Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose. Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust.